Well, I don't know if that's too loud for Saturday morning. Oh my God. Good morning, folks. Here we are. And we're waiting for everybody to turn up. Give them 5 minutes to get here. You know, they're all probably sound asleep.
Morning.
We may only have a 5-minute video, 5 minutes live stream today. We were out last night. G'day, Jen. How you doing? Oh my God, these old bones are just not coping very well.
I'm coping, but it takes me longer to recover.
Yeah. What a night. Paul in Sydney. G'day, Paul. Yeah.
We're going to say good morning to Jerry. Jerry's with us.
Jerry's here and Kimbo's here. We're all good. And Ralph Lewis is here. We have got no subject today. We've got a couple of things to talk about, but that's about it. We'll get there. We've got some game to do today as well. We've got Donna Pitika's boss to do today after we finish the live stream here. I don't think we want to take anybody through that particular scenario.
I think it'll be a lot of fun.
Too many drinks? Oh yeah, just a few. Actually, it wasn't an expensive night. It's just one of those sort of things. We just drank a few too many drinks. That's all.
It was a night to unwind, relax, and enjoy good company. And
yeah, it wasn't an official meetup. It was we had Justin out from England. He's finally made it back to he's managed to get out of jail in England and got here, and he had a first time last night. He's never been to Pat Pong, so we took him to Pat Pong last night, and he was a bit all starry-eyed, wasn't he? He seemed starry-eyed.
he had a smile on his face, and that's the whole idea.
And they had the event last night that was at Pat Pong was in Club Black. They were doing this go-go bar dance-off sort of thing, like had girls from all the different bars around the place. Well, not every bar, but supposedly the girls from Cowboys through Nana, they were coming to do the competition, the go-go competition. That's about what that's what we understood it was. We just had dancing girls, and there was a lot of pretend money floating around. I don't know what that was all about.
That was the voting. You had to vote.
Is that how you voted? I really couldn't.
Yeah.
I couldn't. It wasn't really well explained to me. You had to buy them as well for some reason. So
you got 4 for 100 baht.
Mm-hmm.
But
Okay.
When they came around, I thought I was going to have to pay 400 baht.
Mm.
So they just didn't do a good job of that.
Yeah. It's just one of those things. These events are a great idea, but I think they need better organising. Of course, last night, as we were saying before we started, finally sort of got to experience what it's like to be a celebrity. So the queue for Triple X was like out the door, down the street, maybe 20, 30 yards down the street. There was probably 50 people waiting to get in. And it was packed. And we just walked up and walked straight through like as if we owned the place. I've always wanted to do that. It's nice when they get to know you and you are a bit of a celebrity but yeah, it was fun. The girl on the door, she's basically gave me a nod. Yes, we know who you are. You can come in. But it was packed.
Yeah.
It was absolutely just jam packed. We said, we're going to be there. We're going to go there first, but we just went, no, we'll go up to the Black Pagoda. Lisa was a bit more sort of sedate up at Black Pagoda, and of course then they had the dance off started up there as well. Mark in Thailand, g'day Mark. How's life on the oil rig down there? Anyway, there's a couple of things happening. Let me see if I can get the screen thing working. No, that's not the one I wanted. I wanted to go that way. There we go. So, the big discussion right now over the next couple of weeks, and when this is not ratified yet, provinces going mask free in mid-June. The green zones, China, Prichit, Angtong, Nan, Trat, Mahasa, Lamping, Nakhon Panom, not Nakhon Pantom, Amat Charon, Surin, Buriam, Surat Thani, and Udon Thani. Green zone. I don't know what they're sort of saying. What is green zone? What can we do in green zone? Blue zones. That's obviously Bangkok, Krabi, Kachinaburi, Chombe, Chiang Mai, blah 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 blah. Yeah, masks still required for gatherings and poorly ventilated venues, and must be worn by elderly, pregnant women and people with chronic diseases. So they're basically, this sort of said, it's all over the news over the last few days. There is a big push to now sort of say, look, it's time to just live with this. I think that's what they're talking about. They're saying living with it. Well, again, when you start to look at their numbers, we've got there was only 29 deaths yesterday. New cases 4,800. So those numbers have really dropped down. We were sort of seeing before Songkran, we were sort of seeing 80 to 100,000, weren't we? I can't remember now.
Yeah. It was pretty high.
And I just they've got the roll out. We got a good percentage of the populations now double dosed, and a lot of people sort of getting their third jab, and it's having a positive effect on the numbers. As I said, Richard Barrow is still on this let's fix the road deaths situation. There was a news article coming out yesterday or before that the government really wants to do a push over the next 5 years to bring the road toll down, and they want to do something in that sort of there. But as we kept saying, if they no need to have new rules. How about we just get the police to do their job and enforce the ones that exist? That would be a good start. But that's a completely different thing.
Because there was another two pedestrian crossing. Bad accidents this week. So.
Boss Nova's here. G'day, boss. Working on the railway, laying ties. Missing Thailand, but otherwise I'm okay. We'll be back shortly. Yep, good. 2 months on, then 2 months. No, 2 weeks on, 2 weeks off. Or was it 2 months on? And Jack Dorrington, we didn't see Jack because it wasn't an official meet-up last night. It was just something we were getting together because Justin was here. The official meet-up will be next week. I haven't even done the artwork for it yet, but I'll get that done today. Ralph Lewis arrives on October 17th for 3 weeks. Let's have a look at my calendar. Let's have a look at what, I don't know whether he's going to be in, well, let's have a look at the calendar for October. What do we got? May, May, June, July, August, September, October. So he's the 17th of October. There's a 21st. So 21st of October is the meet up at Susie's. We're going to try to keep this all, aligned so we don't ever lose track of it. So hopefully you'll be able to plug into that one. Just keep it, you might even get 2 in a row. You might even get the one on the 4th as well. So there you go. 3 weeks. All good.
People arriving, isn't Dowlow meant to be here soon?
Oh, well, he's not even in the Dowlow in the house yet. Where's my Vegemite? I think nobody got to pick him up from the airport. I don't know what. That's it. He's going to ransom the Vegemite. That's it.
The Tonkin truck's being thrown in the sand pit. I'm not coming now.
That's it. I'm not
picking me up.
That's it. Um, oh, I've just had enough. But it was a good night last night. I did have fun. Sometimes I just wish I was a bit younger.
Well, it was a weird day. Everything had its synchronicity. Normally, the taxi takes, 45 minutes to an hour and 15 minutes. I think we were there in 40 minutes. Climbed up the stairs at Laksong BTS.
Yep.
And the train's waiting there.
Yeah.
And then when we get to Sukhumvit, change from the BTS to the MRT, the train's waiting there.
Yep.
Yeah, it was weird. And then we go to the embassy because we did.
The embassy, we did the voting yesterday. Yeah, we were expecting to have to go through the gauntlet and strip down, put all your metal over here, and the bullshit going inside the embassy. They showed the passport. She says, "Over here, give it to him." She walked up. We made sure we took a photo. Where is my photo? So I think I got. It's probably still on. I don't know. Is it in my camera? I'll have to just check that. Because it doesn't sync until I actually turn the Wi-Fi on.
45 seconds it was. I couldn't believe it. Could not believe it.
Can't believe it. What else have we got? Okay, so photos. So I caught up with last night. Caught up with Pat, Bangkok Pat. He was at the museum last night. It was a global travel mate. Irish Times. Caught up with them at one of the places as well. Yeah, this is the photo from the embassy. We're just handing our forms in. We made sure we got a photo of the guy holding them, so that if anybody questions the fact that do we vote and we have to pay a fine. I'm sorry, I'm gabbing to this guy.
He was standing in front of the embassy. He looked like he worked there.
Looked like he worked there. There you go. So we voted. Although our vote really doesn't make any difference. It's already been done and dusted. But you know what Australia's like. They want to hold you to ransom if you don't. So yep. Mm-hmm. That's just life. Such is life. It's all good. And of course, it was Chanya's birthday yesterday. I have to play. Okay, where is the video?
So you've got to get things together. You've got to.
What are you doing?
Okay, here we go.
What are you doing, darling? What you doing? Make face scan.
Yeah.
What is this? Oh my God! It's an iPhone 13. 13. Oh my God!
13.
Good lucky number.
Yes.
Who give you this one?
Boyfriend.
Yeah.
13 years.
Th-
13.
Yeah. 13 years. 13 years. Oh my God!
So she got her iPhone 13. Oh my God! So I've got a year. I've got a 1 year. I've got a 1 year pass now. I can do anything I want for a year without any fear of retribution. I'm going to Bangkok. I'm going to Patpong. I'm going to Nan. I'm going to. It's all right. Nan, I go. Bye bye. See you soon. Oh my God! But yeah, she's as happy as. Oh no, she's a princess, my princess. Gotta love Thailand. There he is, going Dave. So she's over the moon. She's got what she wanted. It was all the phone boxes. Yeah, we couldn't see anything because she got it on Wednesday, but she, oh there. Is it? She's got the numbers around. So 83, there you go. She's 83 today. There you go. That's because she didn't reverse the camera around. Oh my God. So we got cake to eat. So that's a bit later on today. We're going to eat cake. But yeah. But she's happy. What's that one?
Good stuff.
What's this 39? What's this 39? Is it 39? I don't know what the 39 means. Oh my God. But yeah, I don't know. Well, it is. No, it's Nook Young's birthday in 2 days as well. So I think Nook Young's. But I think that's where they went to last night. It was because it was. I think Chanya's birthday's. Well, yesterday. I think Nook Young's birthday's tomorrow. Trying to keep track of this shit. I know. But anyway, it's all happening. Okay, so what's going on over here? Jen had to duck out. Yeah, Dalo. So, where's my Vegemite? Paul in Sydney. If staying in Thailand for 3 months or more, what is the cheapest and best way to transfer money from Australia to Thailand to live, etc.? Well, it's ideally, you want to get a Thai bank account, but there's no real cheap way apart from interbank transfers. Some people sort of said you can use what's that? Western Union. That might be one option, but ideally, just have if you've got a trusted partner here, then transfer it to her bank. If you feel safe to do that, that's interbank transfers with TransferWise works out well. You can't do much again. Even the money sort of transfer process is a bit of a problem. It's only two. There's supposedly 3 banks could take in a good amount, but I read somewhere that SCB were rejecting payments over 50,000 baht, and that was and they were one of the 3 banks that were allowed. But as Bangkok Bank and Kasikorn Bank allow us to transfer whatever we want, but all the other banks have got a limit of 50,000 baht. It's an anti-money laundering thing. So. Yeah, that's another thing. Like apart from the 250 baht transfer fees, if you can get around the transfer, the ATM costs. I know in American banks, they things like Charles Schwab, they refund you the ATM fees when you get back to your country. But just leave it in your own bank account and just draw it from the ATM. You can pull out 20 to 30,000 baht a day, I think it is. If you're spending any more than that on a daily basis, I think it's up to you. No, there wasn't a meet up last night. It was just Alan. We were just getting together with Justin because he missed last week. He arrived a day after last week, so we just said, well, we'll get together, and it was his night out, and what he wanted to do, it was up to him. We were going to go down to Jack's Bar, but then he ended up coming to Susie, so we didn't go to Jack's Bar last night. So there you go. Wise used to be TransferWise. That's right. Western Union's expensive. I imagine it is expensive because of what they are. But I said ATM withdrawals is fairly, if you can get around the ATM fees, or just make sure that the ATM fee is justifiable. Of course, you're using bank, money exchange fees, and they're usually about 2 to 3 points under the market rate. Whereas if you've got TransferWise, you're on market rate, so it works out better. But so it's $10 to transfer, 250 baht I think it is on an ATM fee, and you're probably if you're transferring 30,000 baht, then you're probably getting hit up for another, probably losing another $10 to $15 additional for the transfer fees, for their off-market rates. But yeah, it's probably a lot easier. But as I said, if you can get out here and if you're going to be doing a lot of good, get yourself set up with a bank account. And I think it's fairly easy to get them set up if you're going into Pattaya, but Bangkok a little bit more, by the book. But I do know there's one of somebody I've got on my Facebook feed. Can hit you up later, give you a link. She does opening bank accounts for people even on tourist visas. I don't know how she does it, but hey, it's Patia. Works for them, and nobody asks any questions. So. Thais in Australia use a news service. Can't think of the name. I really couldn't give you any clue on that one. Yeah. If you do find out, Chris, let us know, because I haven't heard. I'm not in the country anymore, so I don't know. Any idea opening a bank account in Isan when on vacay? It's Isan. It's northern. You're lucky to find a bank that I always sort of imagine Isan's still very very backwater. I know it's not like you got a couple of big cities up there, but can't really give you any clue on that one. Just don't live in the area. Chris Brown, my wife's asleep now. She works night shifts. So what I'll do is okay, fair enough. Okay, I'm in Suran, no problem. Okay, so there you go. Dave's let us know. She said no problems. I guess they're just not so official up there. So Bangkok, because it's the Mecca centre for business and everything else, it's a lot of the things are very much by the book. But as soon as you get out of that province, the things sort of start to relax. As we sort of say, takes us 5 minutes to do normal, embassy, not embassy stuff, immigration stuff out here, and it's just walk in, walk out, no queues, nice and easy. But I still hear people having nightmares dealing with their 90-day check-ins and other stuff that they have to do through Changwatana. Gets a bit of a, unless of course you're like Jerry here, and Jerry will pay somebody to go and do it for him. Is that right? You still got to. People are always asking. So, who do you recommend as an agent if you're in Bangkok?
I don't recommend any agents right now because we've had some bad experiences. I do have a friend that can take you the legal route and make everything easy for you, but you have to have the money in the bank, the insurance, etc.
That's Todd Daniels, isn't it?
That's Todd Daniels.
Yeah.
Knows Todd Daniels.
Yeah.
The lady that I was using and had been recommending for the past year or so, she's kind of created challenges for some of our friends, so I could not recommend her anymore. And then last night, someone told us that they had someone real good. In the haze of the night, I don't remember where the conversation went or came from. But somebody said that they had a real good
in our group. In our group.
Yeah, last night.
I
don't remember if it was Justin or was it Andy. God.
Andy. Yeah.
But Andy's
been around for a while.
But Andy does it in Hue Hin, doesn't do it in Bangkok.
Yeah. Somebody, all right, I'll think about it. Somebody said last night that they had a real good person that we could use. I'll have to try to retrace the brain.
Yeah. So I just don't pay much attention to it, really, because I don't need to deal with it. Try Bangkok. So what's a bit spell checking, Chris. Good evening from Texas. G'day, DA Travels. Try Bangkok Bank head office in Silam Road. Escalator on the left-hand side. Go up and first floor for the foreign section. You can open up an account, no problems. I have heard that there is that thing, but Bangkok Bank is also problematic. You've had issues with Bangkok Bank. They're getting that yearly statement. Yeah.
Yes.
They don't want to issue it. I don't know why. What is their situation with not wanting to issue the yearly statement?
it's not that they don't want to issue it, but you need a 5-day, 3 or 5 day in advance notice for it. And then, so what you have to do is pick it up the day you're going to immigration from them, because it's got to be that day, or immigration will kick you out. So, when that happened to me 2 years ago, I went to Casacorn, opened up a Casacorn account because they've got a branch in Changwatana, and they swore that they would issue it within a half hour or 15 minutes. I haven't had a chance to do it yet, but that's where the money is now.
Yeah. Well, I know. So
still wants a 3 to 5 day lead time for 1 year.
Yeah. So when I did my immigration last September, we just walked up to the bank just up on the main road here, walked in there at sort of 9 o'clock in the morning, printed a statement. I was a bit concerned the fact that the statement only was up to yesterday, but the actual letter, the covering letter, was today. But the statement obviously for the end of banking yesterday, which was okay. I thought there might have been an issue with that, but no. It's, so the bank book had the balance in for today, the statement was up to yesterday, and the covering letter, and that was all done in 15 minutes. And I think it was 300 baht. There's 200 baht for the statement and 100 baht for the covering letter. Then just took that there, and 15 minutes later, walked down to the thing, just handed it across, and they said check. Thank you very much. Nice and easy. But that's Capricorn Bank. Never had a problem with them.
Well, last year when I did my my visa in July, the Casacorn Bank in Changwatana was closed. So we had to go to another one in the local area, which it worked out. Well, it almost worked out. I did get kicked out of the country. The Casacorn Bank was able to do it right then and there. So they're efficient. Bangkok Bank, for whatever reason, just doesn't want to do it right there.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a bit. So but they said, Robert's been using Bangkok Bank for forever, and he sort of highly recommends it. But I don't think he deals with. He's in, he's in what's it? Where is Hua Hin? Cha Am. It's what's the province that's
Prachuapchirikhan.
Is that Prachuapchirikhan? Yeah.
Prachuapchirikhan.
Okay, so it just again probably just works differently down in that province than it does up in Bangkok, and they're a bit more easy with the rules. I can imagine like Bangkok Bank is a fairly big concern, and they've got staff and all that sort of stuff. I don't want to sort of apologise for them, but this is it's a business centre, and they don't train the staff well.
Well, the weird thing is, you can go in and get a 6-month right then and there.
Yeah.
But you can't get a 1 year. And of course we need a 1 year now.
So
what good is it?
Yep. Well, maybe they'll catch up, at some stage. It's only 3 or 4 more pages of printing out, But again, it's maybe something to do with the banking system, maybe the computer system they got, just the button doesn't work or something like that, But that's life. Anyway, start a bank account. Just need to be registered at a Thai address through immigration. After that, you can pay the certificate of residency, which can be required for the. And this is another thing: the certificate of residency. I've heard it costs money if you do it at Changwatana for the certificate of residency, but you got it out here, and there's no cost at all. It's that's the weirdest one of all. I haven't worked that one out. Why would Changwatana you have to pay, to get a certificate of residency when they're supposedly free?
Well, I did
weird.
offer, all the research I'd done online before I got my certificate of residency. Everyone's saying, "Oh, yeah, you're going to get charged for it," and a poor young girl, the officer, freaked out. No money. It's like. No, I'm not trying to bribe. I'm just trying to do the right thing.
And that wasn't just one. You did one for the bank, and you got one for motorcycles, and how many did you get? You got 3 or something, didn't you? You got 3.
Yeah, I got 3 because I got the original one to get the bank account because I had to open that up, and that was when I was at the condo in Saliat. Then I got the house off Saiha, and then had to go update the address. for the certificate of residency. So I
Hmm.
went back in. What was it? 3 weeks
Three,
apart.
3 weeks apart, yeah.
Yeah, they recognised me.
Hmm.
Is there a problem? And I've gone, well, I've moved address. Here's the new
New address, yeah.
official address stuff, and they just updated it.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Yeah.
Nice and easy.
Yeah, I've got my
If you-
90
yeah.
day next week as well.
That's right. Yeah, don't forget that one. Don't be late with
No.
that. Yeah, if you're going to go to get your certificate of residency from immigration, you're going to be moving. Yeah, get 2 or 3 of them. One for bank, one for the device for scooter, and one for a driver's license. Yeah, I believe there's one that is a general coverage, and then of course there are specific ones that they do as well. I think the same thing happened with Cody when he was here. It was he had one for the bank, and it actually sort of specifically states it's a bank account covering letter, and then there's one for the motor vehicle or motorcycle license, and there is a general one which is I'm not quite sure what they term it, but yeah. But yeah, there's don't get 1, get 3. They last for 30 days. Yeah, Pechabuddy, yeah. So yeah, PopeKael was Horhin and Charms and Pechabuddy, yeah. Yeah, exactly, Dave. Anyone heard anything about Bernard Trink? Sorry, I don't know that one. Thailand Paul, g'day Thailand Paul, good to have you along. We met up with Thailand Paul last Friday, not the one that just went the Friday before. He sort of cruised into our meetup, and he plans to be a bit of a regular. So you'll get to see him probably on a video or 2 in the coming months, or on a live stream. Thinking of getting started with the Thai bank account while you're strong against the baht. Look, that's just a game that it'll go up and down. It always fluctuates. I think Australian dollar's looking pretty good at the moment. End of month, and I've got to do a transfer. So, God, I spent some money like this month. Oh, yeah, Jesus. Yeah, what have we got? What have we got? So Australian dollar. What have we got today? Oh, we got 24.45 today. Can't really complain about that. I think I now have a feeling that the Australian dollar will start to really improve now that we've got a different government. I think we might start to see things get back to what they were when I planned to move here. When we were getting 26 to the dollar when I did my budget. Did my budget on 25, and yeah, we've had a few shaky years. I think we got down to 19 at some stage, didn't we? 19.6. I think we hit a 19.6 2 years ago. Yeah, that was just a bit of a holy shit, holy shit moment. Yes. Yes, there we go. Roberts is saying the certificate of residency is supposed to be free service, but all 77 immigration officers have different ideas about that. This is something you have to get used to here in Thailand. It can drive you to distraction. So we can only talk, of our experiences here in what do you call it, in Nakhon Pantom. Robert can talk about his experiences in Phetchaburi, and Foreigner Joe can probably talk about his experiences in PopeKael, and get the whole idea. Depending on where you're going to sort of set yourself up, plan to live, find a vlogger who's in that area. And get it straight from the horse's mouth. We can only point you in a certain direction. That's all we can do. And again, Pattaya, which is where most people sort of end up. I can give you a contact, for a service down there. I've known her for 5 or 6 years. So she's still offering her business, abilities. And if you're choosing to go to Phuket, well, just take an open checkbook, because it costs you a lot down there. I remember sort of talking with was it Sonny. He was just saying, some of the things that we pay 1,900 baht, and he says he's paying 25,000 for a yearly sort of certificate. But I think he's doing it through agents and things like that, or lawyers, and they're just taking him for a walk. It's just money to him. It's just get it done. But yes, some people can really be hit quite hard with some of the charges, especially if you use in sort of services. Hello guys from Odessa, Texas. Did you get the news about the shooting in my home? Oh, you mean the walk-in idiot that killed all the kids at school? We did sort of see that, yes. Absolutely crazy shit that we got that one. But yeah, it'll be talked about for the next 6 months, and they'll bring in more laws to stop the problem, and nothing will get done. As we've been talking about on our Discord off there, it's not so much the laws, it's the crazy Americans. Isn't that right, Jerry? There's just something. It's just something about the Wild West. I'm sure it is. The Wild West mentality of Americans. Who knows? Robert Mac in Asia. G'day. I wonder if I should order some bar. If you're coming here, you might want to think about it. But yeah, I don't think you can't really beat the system. The system is run by the oligarchs and the people who have the money. Just like the people who run Bitcoin. 80% of the Bitcoin's owned by a handful of people. And they can pretty much rule the roost. What is Bitcoin going for? No, anyway, I haven't even looked at it for a week.
Dipping big time about a week ago.
Yeah, we're back down to 20 hours. I don't know if that's current data or the tickers. Oh yeah, okay. So that's
386.
28,695 right now. Yeah, so the highs have gone. I think there's more laws have been introduced because they're trying to stamp out the money laundering aspect and the illegal trade aspect. And I also heard that one of the biggest dark web marketplaces was finally brought down a week or so ago as well. So a lot of that money transfers around the dark web, and they shut one of these big time brokers was shut down. So there's less money flowing through the it's actually looking quite stable right now. Doing well. Have you? They have the laws. Just the Justice Department is corrupt. I'll leave it at that. on to retirement. Yes. But as I said, you don't really retire when you come here. We can all verify that that's it. It's yeah. How did we ever manage to get life done when we were in our working careers? Oh my God. Mind you, we're going to have our little sort of seniors nap in the afternoon as well. That's one of our little bonuses. Robert Groves.
I need a vacation from my retirement.
Oh well,
it's all worth it, but it can be challenging sometimes.
Yeah, sometimes maybe if I only caught COVID and they put me in one of those detention centres for 2 weeks, I might get some rest. Where Ethereum predicted to hit 600 AU buy up when that happens. What's Ethereum running right now?
17 and change.
It's Bitcoin, Ethereum. It's 1741. Yeah, it's dipping really quite seriously right now, isn't it? Considering it like a month ago it was 3,000, so it's halved in price. Interesting enough, my index funds still look like they're fairly healthy. They haven't been growing at the rates where they were growing, but they're still growing. Yeah, well, business doing business is what makes money. The pie in the sky plans of somebody getting in to buy Bitcoin so you can sell your Bitcoin. Yeah, where's the bit? It's yeah. What do we say? Ponzi scheme. Yeah. Anyway, and probably a bunch of people now jump on that one and sort of say, "What are you talking about?" Yeah. Oh, sorry, but nice and steady. Brian Martin, g'day. Hey Todd, I'll give you a call later. So
that's Bill.
That's Bill. Oh yeah, Bill. I'm trying to remember all these people's names. Well, call him Bill. Change your name to Bill so I know who you are again, Bill. Oh yeah. The identities that we have online, can be a bit of a challenge. I have one identity online in the gaming world, and I have had that for 20 odd years. Just don't search for it on Google because you'll find it. Oh my God. Anyway, what are we up to? What is our time? We're at 42 minutes. Okay. What else has been going on around the world? I'm going to let everybody else, let us know what you're having to experience. You got mask rules over where you live? What's the situation out in USA, in Australia? How's the weather down there? I don't know. We've been too focused.
Here in Adelaide, we're about to lose masks in my work setting as of Monday.
Mm-hmm.
So we're all under strong advisement to wear, so no longer any mandating on that side of it. So
well, that's good.
It'll be interesting to see what happens there.
Mm-hmm. They've had a non-mask policy, no mask policy in the US at all, had they? Jerry, what was the policy in America? Was it state by state or?
I don't think there's a policy now. You're not getting many people wearing masks, I don't think. When I was there in December, January in Florida and North Carolina, people were outside without masks, at least 50%. So now I'm sure it's even more. And you go to, you see it when you see everybody walking around in mass gatherings. Very few people have a mask on.
Yeah. So I think just
they have 1,000 COVID cases yesterday, so it's not as if it's disappeared.
1,000 what in America? 1,000 a day.
100,000 new transmissions reported. Yesterday was 98. The day before was 106,000 new reported cases. And of course, the people that are taking at-home tests are not reporting themselves, though. It's a little bit more.
So they're actually not doing as good as Thailand right now. In other words, or if we look at if the reporting's on level footing. There's something in the background. Maybe Chanya's finally getting out of bed. So Steve Thompson, have to wear a mask at work as I work in aged care. It's a pain in the butt. Yeah. Well, I think that's probably a wise move, and I'm guessing they're using proper N95 masks there as well. So proper surgical masks, not these things you buy 10 for 20 baht, which at least they fit. Especially on my big nose. Oh my God! Trying to I don't know how they don't make large nose masks for people. Vietnam people wear masks, but that's normal. I carry one, but only put around people. Yeah. The mask has become a lot easier, obviously using the little lanyard that keeps it around your neck. So I kept on breaking them all the time because you're holding onto the elastic straps everywhere and they just fall apart. But now with the neck lanyard that holds them there, they don't break anywhere near as often. Right, boss, it is true you need 3 jabs to get into Thailand to be considered as a vaccinated. I really don't. I thought it was only double vaxxed.
True, isn't it?
I thought double vaxxed was all that was required, but I'm like not 100% sure on that one. But if you've only had 2, and we'd probably sort of recommend you get a booster. They haven't mandated a 4th shot here in Thailand yet. But I've got a feeling that may come around maybe sort of November. There might be just a recommendation to go for a booster. It's going to become one of those sort of things like the flu jab, the yearly flu jab. A month before winter starts, get your booster. That's more than likely what's going to happen, but we'll see how we go. Yeah, or a negative test.
They're still doing the free vaccinations at Bangkok as well.
Yep, that's still going on. Yep. Well, it's done. I said that from what when Chanya got her booster done. What do you call it? 2 months ago. Was it 3 months ago? It's quite the time going. Yeah, that hospital there sort of said no. You walk in any time. So but that is that's the Thai public hospital. It's not the private hospitals. And I believe that's happening across the country. All public hospitals have had a place where you can go and get your boosters. Again, it's walk in with your ID card or or your passport, and they'll sort you out. No cost. Double vax for young kids. I don't know any young kids to really give any clue on that one, Chris. We've got Beale from up in Sukhothai. I don't think she's been vaxxed, but she's going to school. She's what, 11 or 12 years old now. God, they grow up so fast. But yeah, I don't know whether she's been vaxxed or not. It really didn't come up in the conversation when we were up there. But I can always find out.
My friend's 8-year-old son is double vaxxed. I think they get
Okay.
half doses.
Half doses? Yeah.
Yeah, he goes to St. Andrews International School, so he's double vaxxed.
Mm-hmm.
Pfizer, I believe.
Okay, good.
No, boss, it's not, but you do see vaping.
Oh, it's everywhere. Oh, it is. Like, seriously, this is the game. We do sort of, allude to this a lot, and I sort of make it a bit of a point talking about it. Yes, the freedoms we get to experience here in Thailand, it's hard to really get your head around. It's riding your scooter up to the 7-Eleven with no helmets, no helmet, you got a mask on, but no helmet, it's a lot of personal responsibility is taken on your own shoulders, we walk through, like Sanam Lung Song here, the market there, and there's 3 or 4 stands there, publicly displaying all the vaping materials and the juices and all that sort of stuff. Totally illegal, but hey, it's Thailand, Is it Cody was making a point of sort of something yesterday. He was just saying that he couldn't believe it. Sort of, he was overhearing a conversation about somebody wanted to set up a stall in one of the supermarkets, and basically he was just pay your fee and there you go. You got a business running and something or other, and it's not in America, not in Australia. You got all the red tape you got to deal with. No, it's just pay the stall fee and away you go. You got yourself a business. Chanya set up a salon, 3 years or 4 years ago. God, coming up to 4 years this year. Goes and signs the paperwork for the lease of the building. Yeah, that's all right. Next thing you know, we're putting signs up, and she's running a business. 6 months later, we had to go and see the tax man. Right, I think she had to pay 900 baht in tax you know, for 6 months of business. You know, this is Thailand. You know, it's a bit hard to really get your head around sometimes, but it's really, you know, it's we love it.
Yes, we do.
Go to his grocery store, check and gave me a package of masks, free, double vax. So it's vaping, yeah. So yeah, I wouldn't vape in front of a police officer, but you know, if you're discreet about it, then nobody seems to be turning a blind eye to it. The whole vaping issue came about as a push from the cigarette companies here in Thailand, which is like a monopoly, because they have to pay what they call tax on tobacco, whereas this vaping equipment came in and they were bypassing the taxation system. And this was like 2012, 2013. So, and I was vaping back then, originally we could come in the country without any no issues whatsoever. Right, getting towards 2014 or 2015, they started to push the vaping thing, and we could still bring our equipment in so long as you brought a receipt, just said it was bought, you know, in another country. So there wasn't, but again, the cigarette companies kept on pushing against this thing here, and it was basically outlawed because people were the vaping equipment doesn't get taxed. So we'll solve the problem, tax it, but unfortunately it comes in across the road routes inside boxes, and it's very hard to tax. I'm sure they get around it at some stage. Just unfortunately, too many people make too much profit from it. That's what was our biggest problem.
In March, there was an article about vaping in Thailand.
Yeah.
They're still banning it.
Yeah.
For a variety of reasons. One of them is to protect the farmers, the growing tobacco. And then the secondary is for protection of kids, because vaping can lead to regular smoking. But I think that's the excuse to protect the farmers.
Yeah, it is. They're basically, they try to protect, their ongoing, concerns to, manage their population, I have to get question. I only have to get Thailand pass proof of being vaccinated. My American Express 100k insurance, and I get into Thailand. It's not even 100k. I think it's now down to 10k now, isn't it? The insurance is now down to 10k. I don't know what we're going to do, because like we've got our insurance on our, we have to have health insurance with our, what do you call it, retirement visa. It was 100,000 just September, October. The coverage that came in just after I had my renewal done, and that was for the big surge. But now it's down to 10,000 for people coming in. I don't know what they're going to do with the whole thing when it comes around just to renewal time. Hopefully they'll just adjust the policies, but we'll sort of see. PCR test prior to boarding aircraft. That's different aircraft will have different rules. I think the aircraft companies are more concerned about being a transmitter, because you're all in an enclosed space. So it might not be sort of so much entering the country, but to get on the plane you'll have to do certain tests. And if the sign says any English on text, was it? But if the sign has any English on it, yeah, I've read that many times. Yes, I think that's really enforced down in Chonburi there, because so many English speaking people down there. They have to pay a surcharge if they write their signs in English. And I don't know whether it's law or that's just part of the graft that goes on down in Pattaya, because I'm pretty sure I haven't sort of seen it out here. Chanya's shop has English, Alice Beauty Salon. All her signs are in Thai and in English, but she doesn't have to pay any fee, and she's in Bangkok, so she's in the Bangkok province. She doesn't have to pay any sort of special fees to have signs in English. But maybe if the signs in English, supporting a bar, I think there might be some sort of special, police tax that's going on there, as they say.
Marky Mark.
What's he doing? But my Mrs. doesn't dual. Health insurance is required since 2009 on non-OA visa, but not an O visa. Yeah, but yeah, trying to get an O visa can be a problem now as well. Well, you can't if you're in the country. You got to. They're now starting to enforce you to bouncing out again, which is a bit of a pain in the ass. But is it the OA visa? I'm happy with the OA visa. It's last year it was 12,000 baht was my annual medical bill fee. It's not really that much at all. Not like health insurance in Australia. Mark in Thailand. Hello, mate. Yeah, good. Okay. Does Chanya charge for lung more? Oh, I do get my hair cut for free. It's all right, but it cost me an iPhone. Did I say that?
So lost you that iPhone was that dinner we had a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah, that was an expensive dinner. If you haven't seen the video, you got to go and watch the video. Me and Chanya are at a table with all these iPhone, users. She felt left out. Oh my God. Anyway. Oh, don't start with me. Look, my phone works perfectly all right. It does all the thing. I'm being. Up to you. But anyway, we are going to wrap things up. We've been rambling on for well on the hour. We've got some gaming to do, so if you want to stick around and come and join us, jump on the Discord, and we're going to do a boss fight now. You don't want to see that on YouTube, but so we'll get out of your face, Mark. Yes, mate. Flat out like a lizard drinking. But we've been back in Thailand for 5 weeks. Yeah, okay. All good. Anyway, guys, love you and leave you. Have a great weekend. Yes, you too, Chris. And we'll see you again. Same bat time, same bat channel. And, we've got some video. I got some video on the can. We got yesterday's little thing. We're introducing the Red Fern Bar to our viewers. That'll be out hopefully by the end of next week. I got one more in the can as well I got to do. So anyway, stick around. We've got 2 videos at least this coming out. We may have 3 depending on what's going on. That's right. We got the motor show tomorrow. We got the bike show tomorrow. So there'll be another video. That's another one to look out for. We got get cruising into Bangkok again tomorrow to go to the annual motorcycle exhibition in at Central World. And we may even ride in. I don't know. Oh, no, you can't because you can.
Can't.
You can't. Yeah, because that's another thing we'll talk
gotta
about.
that.
We'll talk about that in a week or so when we start to get a little bit more positive. They completely screwed him over with the whole plate issue, and that's turning into a legal quagmire. But anyway. Why is Boss Nova not a mod? Well, he's a special. He got the red. I think a couple of times I meant to do that, give him a spanner, but I think he likes being red. He likes being, like special. He's a special guy, he stands out. How long has he been? He's been a member for 6 months or something like that. I don't even know how the system works. There's something YouTube runs. That's okay. He doesn't care. He's going to join us in Discord very shortly as well. Anyway, we're out of here. I'm rambling on too much. Where's my closing screen? Play the music and get the hell out of here. Peace out. Oh, COVID. COVID. Who's that?
No, that's alcohol.
That's alcohol.
It's not COVID. All that alcohol killed any COVID that was in the body.
No, that's what I do. It's like hand sanitizer for your breath, you know.
Right.